Imagine you are on a battlefield, your heart is troubled, your emotions are on edge, and you don't know where to turn. The Bhagavad Gita takes us directly to this scenario. Now close your eyes for a moment and visualize this scene. Arjuna, the great archer and warrior, is on the field of Kurukshetra, about to face a cataclysmic war. But he is paralyzed, not by the fear of combat, but by the internal doubts that consume his mind and heart. He sees his relatives, friends, and former teachers on the enemy side, and wonders if it is just to fight, if it is right to take lives in the name of a kingdom. In this moment of agony, Krishna, his charioteer and friend, but above all, the incarnation of the divine, appears. And here begins one of the most profound and transformative conversations in history, which transcends time and applies to each one of us, in our daily routine and most trivial decisions. Shall we explore together how the dialogues between Arjuna and Krishna, compiled in the Bhagavad Gita, can illuminate our modern life journey? Firstly, Arjuna is bewildered by the moral and spiritual dilemma. He is faced with an apparently impossible choice, where any decision causes pain. Arjuna's affliction serves as a mirror for us, reflecting moments when we find ourselves facing difficult choices, not knowing which path to take, especially when our decisions significantly affect others. Krishna begins with a question that puts Arjuna on the path of deep reflection. Why this weakness at such a crucial moment? What Krishna means here is that we often allow fear and doubt to take over us, steering us away from our true potential and higher purpose. So the first teaching, whatever the situation, recognize your emotions, but do not let them overshadow your essence and higher duty. Krishna reveals to Arjuna the nature of the soul. He explains that the body is temporary, a garment we change from one life to another, but the soul is eternal, immortal, and indestructible. This transformative knowledge teaches us to value what is eternal within us and to understand that physical death is just a transition, a change of state. This understanding offers us a way to cope with losses and challenges. When someone loses a loved one or faces death, it is a reminder that the spirit continues beyond the physical. This can bring great comfort and a healthy perspective on life and death, helping us live with less fear and more purpose. Arjuna, still immersed in his doubts, is then instructed by Krishna on the concept of dharma, the responsibility and duty inherent to each individual. Krishna explains that it is the duty of each person to follow their dharma, even if the path is filled with difficulties. For Arjuna, his dharma was to fight because he was a warrior, and not fighting would mean abandoning his responsibility. Now apply this to your everyday life. We all have our own roles and responsibilities, as parents, children, professionals, or citizens. Each of us has a personal dharma, and by fulfilling it, we contribute to the harmony of the universe. Even in the small tasks of daily life, when done with dedication and as part of our duty, we can find meaning and purpose. The inevitable question of how to deal with actions and their fruits is answered through the teaching of karma yoga. Krishna speaks about acting without attachment to the result, dedicating all actions to the divine. This does not mean we should be indifferent to the results, but rather that we should not let the concern about the outcome paralyze or divert us from our duties. In a practical example, think about your job. Often we worry excessively about promotions, salary increases, or recognition. However, by focusing too much on the outcome, we can easily stray from integrity and passion for the work itself. The essence of karma yoga is to fully commit to the present and the process, giving your best without being consumed by concern about what will come. Further, Krishna speaks about jnana yoga, the path of knowledge. Here, he highlights the importance of self-knowledge and spiritual wisdom. He encourages Arjuna to see beyond the physical world and seek the perception of the supreme truth, realizing that he is more than his body or mind. He is the Atman, the eternal self. In the modern world, this motivates us to break free from automatism and cultivate a state of self-awareness. Meditation, the study of sacred texts, and personal reflection are practices of jnana yoga that we can all incorporate into our lives to better know ourselves and understand the greater purpose of our existence. Krishna also speaks about bhakti yoga, the path of devotion, highlighting the power of love and selfless surrender. He taught that through love and devotion to the divine, we can transcend our egos and connect with something greater. This is not just about worship, but about a way of living in constant relationship with the sacred. Imagine filling each action of your day with an intention of offering to the divine, for example, a meal prepared with love, a job done with dedication, a kind act to a stranger. Everything can be a form of bhakti yoga. One of the most profound chapters of the Bhagavad Gita is when Krishna reveals his universal form to Arjuna. He shows that the entire universe is contained within him, all beings, times, and places. This insight invites us to see beyond the limits of our ego and understand that we are part of a great cosmic whole. Every small action of ours influences the universe and vice versa. Consider how this can be revolutionary in the way we treat each other and how we care for the environment around us. The perception of our interconnectedness can transform our sense of responsibility and inspire us to live more consciously and compassionately. Nearly at the end of the conversation, Krishna summarizes his teaching by asking Arjuna to abandon all forms of duty and surrender completely to the divine. He promises to protect Arjuna from all evil if he does so. This act of complete surrender is a profound challenge for all of us in a world that values independence and self-sufficiency. However, by trusting in the divine and surrendering, we can free our hearts from the burdens of fear, anxiety, and doubt, allowing higher grace and guidance to lead us. Taking these ancient teachings and applying them to everyday routines, we can see how every aspect of the Bhagavad Gita helps us live with more purpose, peace, and spiritual connection. It challenges us to act righteously, seek wisdom, cultivate devotion, and understand our true nature. Nowadays, as we face our own internal and external battlefields, these teachings offer us valuable tools to overcome challenges and live more fully and consciously. Whether in your daily responsibilities, interactions with others, or quest for meaning and purpose, the Bhagavad Gita reminds us that deep down, we are all on the same journey to discover who we truly are and how we can live in harmony with the universe. I want to deeply thank each of you for accompanying me on this journey through the Bhagavad Gita. May we carry these teachings in our hearts and apply them in our lives, finding the peace and wisdom we seek. See you next time.